Summer, summer, summertime. Powerful words from Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. And that's all well and good for them to say, but their garden wasn't under attack from a mole. Having said that, the harvests have been pretty good. On today's episode, I'll be pulling my onions out of the ground and picking my tomatoes out of the greenhouse. I'm feeling quite inspired at the minute, so I want to make a summery dish, something like a Provençal style tomato tart. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I've got a bit of a treat for you, and it's something that you just don't see every day. Les taupinières. And for those of you that don't know, that's French for molehills. These have been a pain in my side for the past month or so, having to rake them out and just tap them down and hope for the best. Things seem to be showing signs of slowing down. Here she is, nice little oregano plant here. And the plan with this really is to use it for some dried herbs to enjoy over the winter. But I've just let it go a little too far along. You can see some nice little white flowers on here. I just want to prune it, cut it back, get some fresh growth coming through so that I can then harvest it at the optimum point, which is just before flowering, when it's got all of that strong fragrance and everything that you want in your cooking. So, as I say, I'll still use this for something, but I need to cut this back. I'm sure I'll use that oregano for something, and fingers crossed we'll get some nice fresh new growth coming out from it now that I've done that pruning. But now I think it's time to go over to the onions and we'll have a look. They're looking really good, and I think today's the day to harvest them. These are all looking quite good. It's not been my best year for onions, but it's been a good year. Possibly some signs of leaf miner, I'm not sure. We'll find out. If that's the case, I'll just chop them up and get them into the freezer rather than try and store them. But anyway, let's get these up and have a look. Every year the onion harvest is such a satisfying thing to do. But today I want to have a look around, see if there's some tomatoes about. So I want to make like a sort of Provence inspired tomato tart. So I'm after some big tomatoes and then any little ones that I can make a bit of a sauce with. So let's see what we can find. Now that I've finished those jobs in the greenhouse, I'm actually really hungry. Handling those tomatoes, they just smell amazing. So let's make a tomato tart inspired by those that you might find in Provence. Let's start by just frying off some homegrown garlic in some olive oil. Adding in some of those tomatoes that you saw me pick from the greenhouse earlier with a pinch of thyme. Just look at the flesh of that tomato. There's hardly any seeds, and they're just so meaty. Here's a nice little twist, a spoonful of olive tapenade to bring that umami flavour, even if it does slightly discolour the sauce when you cook it. And then on with that thickened tomato sauce. These things never look as neat and tidy on camera as you imagine they're going to, but who cares? It's rustic food and we're home cooks, not chefs. It feels like a long time ago since I dusted off those seed packets and sowed those seeds back in late February, but what a feeling of satisfaction to now be cooking with those tomatoes. Another sprinkle of thyme, a little bit of salt, pepper and some olive oil, and off into the oven it goes at 180 for 20 minutes. And yes, you do get a bit of that discoloration with the tapenade, but it's so worth it for that umami kick. This was delicious. It's time for me to leave you with some Morris dancers.
Thank you.